You know, you can't rewrite your history, but you can change the story that your future tells. Hello, Governor. This is Rakai Steed, Noob from the Ville, and we're back. We're back, hard at it, season 4. I'm calling this one a fixed point. A fixed point is a point in time where you cannot change the history. You know, lately there have been all these Marvel movies and other properties about time travel. I don't know, time travel is real popular right now. One thing about time travel is a fixed point is a fixed point. It's something that has to happen. I was watching a movie the other day and it says, if there was death in this place and you went back in time to change that death, where there was death, there will always be death. So someone gotta die there because that is a fixed point. Some things just have to happen. Someone asked me once, and I think they were just saying it facetiously, they're just maybe speaking out loud. They're talking about a young child dying. And they're like, why? Why does this have to happen? Who knows? A lot of unexplainable things happen. But perspective says that that young child dying may have changed a parent, both parents, friends, the community. A lot of things could have happened that could have been catapulted off the back of that child dying. It happens all the time. And sometimes it is sad that a tragedy can spark positive change. But that's the way that the world works. When I was a history teacher, I always used to tell my students that history was always his story. Because first, history is always told from a patriarchal viewpoint. It's always men telling the story. And it's always the winner telling the story. We all remember, or some of you anyway, remember the fastest man in the world was Usain Bolt. When the last time he raced, tell me who came in second. Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, I know. You don't know. I don't know either. Because it doesn't matter. He didn't win. You don't care who came in second. And even though we live in the time of participation trophies, what was important was who won. In a contest, who wins is what's important. And we don't think of history as a contest, but it is. Now, in this particular episode of Doctor Who, he took Donna on a trip to the past. And Doctor Who always has to flex and take them somewhere far. But I think the TARDIS was a little sketchy that day, and he ended up in Pompeii, Italy, 79 AD. The problem was, and anyone who knows anything about history, was he landed the day before the great mountain, Mount Vesuvius, erupted. It was a volcano, and it erupted the very next day, and historians have been going over the remains of Pompeii for years, and they have dug up so many artifacts, including people perfectly preserved in stone. And they've made a lot of assumptions on why it happened and what these people were doing. Mount Vesuvius was a fixed point in time. It had to explode. You have certain markers in your life, things that had to happen. And hopefully they helped you. Hopefully they made a better you because they happened. And I'm sure at the time you couldn't see it. Could not see it. But there were things that had to happen to you. When that girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with you, at the time, all you wanted to do was drink and drive your car off the nearest bridge. Or something maybe less tragic. It was the worst thing that ever happened to you. And it takes time, and then you find out that was the best thing that ever happened to me. But you couldn't see it. You couldn't be consoled. No one could convince you that this was a good thing because it was all you knew and it was what you wanted. And sometimes what's good for you is not what you want. History is like that. In classrooms all around America right now, they're trying to change the textbooks. Because if you can't change the past, well, you can change the narrative. You can change what's written about the past. And it won't take long before the people who actually know what happened or have a better understanding of what happened won't be around to tell you that that's wrong. People were kidnapped, stolen from their country and turned into slaves in America. They did not come here as slaves. They were forced, under duress, under gunpoint, under extreme acts of violence to become slaves, and then bred into slavery. You know, and it's funny how people in this particular story feel that due to the color of skin, something you actually have zero control over, that one race is superior to another race. You know what superiority looks like? The lion never goes out of his way to disrupt or put his foot on the gazelle's neck. The gazelle knows he's superior. The lion knows he's superior. Problem is that in America, people have tried to change and shape black people into thinking they're the gazelle. And maybe they're the lion. History has changed all the time. The story that you're told about Christopher Columbus, that's not how history painted it. Ponce de Leon, it's not quite accurate. Did George Washington ever really tell a lie? Or maybe you see something outrageous like Abraham Lincoln actually was a vampire hunter. Yeah, that's probable. That probably happened. Or people misconstrue history all the time. You know, that when Martin Luther King gave the "I Have a Dream" speech, he freed the slaves. Yeah, people actually think that. History has an impact because it shapes how you think about the past and is actually formed by the truths that you believe today. Your present thinking forms how you revere and think about the past, and that can actually kind of circle back around to how you think about the present and how you move into your future. This episode was interesting because it was one of the first times that we saw the Doctor and his hard-heartedness, almost something we haven't seen since season 1 with Christopher Eccleston come back. And he was like, no, this is what it is. And in the end, Donna convinced him to save the particular family that he was working with, trying to figure out this problem. Which, again, you have to love Doctor Who's callbacks. Because who did he save? Oh, the father of this family? Is that Peter Capaldi? He looks familiar. Maybe we'll see him again later. I'm going to leave you with this. 3 quotes. 1. Heraclitus said there's nothing permanent except change. 2nd one. Mother Teresa said, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. 3. Tupac. What I do today, the music I make, may not change the world, but it can be the spark for someone who will. You cannot change what happened to you. You cannot change your past. You can control the narrative of your past if your perspective is proper. You can change the story that the future will tell about your past. This is Rakai Steve, Nuke from the Ville. Make sure you check the link in the description to see the reaction that Senta and I did to this particular episode. Leave a like, comment, share this as much as possible, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe. It's all about this. It's all about this.